Hi Aquarius, here's a general look at your solar chart for July 2013. Now there's 3 planets slowly coming into an alignment in our skies at the moment, and once Jupiter has left Cancer, or maybe just before actually, in the second half of June, Jupiter will be coming into a triangular association with Saturn and Neptune, and so therefore in our skies there will be a triangular shape, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and this, astrologically speaking, is known as a grand trine, and grand trines are very good. This one, with each one of the planets in a water sign, Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces, it's a grand water trine. So grand water trines are very supportive, very beneficial, healing, nurturing energies, and we could do with some of that at the moment with so much tension and change and conflict across the world, which is the manifestation of this tinderbox aspect between Uranus and Pluto, which has been there for several years and we have got a few more years to run. So the wave in July and August actually emanating from this celestial geometry, this celestial architecture in our skies, in the sensitive emotional water signs, could help us to discover our compassion more, connect us more from the heart in our daily dealings with other people, and perhaps even to our eternal values, which maybe are not so much to do with the values that we hold during one short lifetime, but come from a more eternal part of ourselves. That would be nice. So for you in your chart, the grand trine in water, or the watery grand trine, is in your earth houses, and that's good. That resonates very, very well, water and earth together, and that potentially will support more imaginative ways for you to improve your material financial circumstances. Or perhaps you're using your imagination more in how you make your money, or maybe it's something to do with property. You're using your imagination there. Can give you potentially deeper insight into what is of more value in your life now. So place on the map, relationships, lifestyle. You'll learn and you'll feel it quite clearly, what's more of value to you. And new work possibilities are on the horizon and could connect you to travel or to another culture. So watch that space. Now until the 22nd you may be dealing with more chores or niggly details. They say the devil's in the detail, and it's true. And this may be the moment for you to get to grips with several issues and blow the dust off things that have been piling up in the corner. And it could also be a time for you to look into health issues, diet, exercise. That might not be your health, that might be another's, but having more of that on your mind and putting more effort into work, maintenance, maybe repair type work, daily chores. But also maybe you're working very hard on something, and that's not the day job. Maybe that's out of your own choice. Maybe you are applying your skills. Maybe you're learning new skills. So you could be training, or maybe you're just sharing what you know with others, and that could be a good thing to do here. So anyway, a lot of kind of detailed stuff going on. The to-do list, there on the table, as it were, and you trying to get things organized better. And then from the 22nd, that's not a time to be going alone. It's because the sun is coming into your opposite sign, Leo. And so you'll be looking to get the best out of working relationships, personal relationships, alliances of all kinds, one-to-one type work as well. And you and someone could be hitting it off. You and someone could be, you could get a real rapport going with someone. However it is for you, there's more of a feeling of mutual exchange, mutual interaction going on. And as I say, you can do better if you team up, or the input of somebody else at least, even if it's not a team, strictly speaking, will further your aims, or make your life easier, better than if you were on your own. And the current position of Mercury means that your mind is very much focused on schedules, the to-do list, the work, the employment, and being of service, maybe being there for somebody else, picking up the slack in some way, but also others being there for you maybe a bit more just now. And Mercury's been there since the very end of May, so it's been there for a long time. Mercury's running retrograde up until the 19th, so that might mean that you could have to change a plan or the way something is being done, or a schedule, or it may mean that certain chores need to be cleared up before you can move on ahead. And it just takes a bit longer, really. And Mercury will remain there in that area until the 9th of August, but it will start going direct again on the 19th. Now, until the 23rd, Venus is in her favourite place. You and someone could be bonding or feeling a real rapport with each other. So even though the Sun is in this very work-orientated sector, this service-orientated sector, you and someone could be, getting along pretty well together, and relationships, personal or professional, flow more easily. Whatever kind of relationship it is, you should benefit from their presence and or attention or contribution, just their slant on things, really. And they should benefit from yours as well. So, you could get some good advice if you seek out the right person, of course, but also others could feel that they are getting the right kind of, guidance from you, or information from you. Now, from the 23rd, Venus could manifest as an influence which might help you out materially. This is quite a good place for Venus to be, because financially or emotionally things can go better. This might be centered around property, just a small space, or maybe a large space, a whole property. And it means that there might be somebody there who is making something available to you, or you know about it, you see. And for later, perhaps it might be some kind of legacy even as well. It can mean that you feeling warmer towards somebody, or you and somebody are getting closer, and maybe you just want to get more intimate, or just be more committed to each other, or you and somebody are really getting quite passionate about something, and both of you enjoying doing this activity together, whatever it is. And a relationship could very much revolve around a shared space or a property. And your feelings could be a bit nearer the surface, but it's a great time for a heart-to-heart talk, taking confidential advice. And there could be a shift, there could be a new phase coming up in a relationship, or to do with a property, or to do with your finances as well. Now, Mars is in a more spontaneous and for some romantic area, providing the trigger for you to be more competitive, more enterprising. So yes, the romantic side is one thing, but then Mars likes a little bit of a competition, and likes to take a gamble, likes to take a risk. So that could bring out that side, that speculative side, that side which wants to just maybe fly a bit, sort of sail a bit close to the wind. And that could be in a relationship, but that could be something else as well. You could have to be center stage. There could be others, watching you because you are promoting something, or you're connecting into some kind of performance type activity where others will be watching. And that can be theatre, of course, but it can also be a whole raft of other environments. So your ability to come across well, to make a good impression, is likely to be, well, there will be more of a drive to do that anyway here with Mars there. And actually, with the presence of Venus in the place where Venus is going to be, or the two places Venus is going to be, that could help you out, particularly with Venus in the partnership area there. And your ability to take a financial risk, or to show, a bit of bravado, maybe a bit of bluff. That's also a possibility, but just watch it, because Mars tends to be hasty and bites off more than it can chew sometimes. So be cool and collected with whatever you're doing, and don't overstretch yourself, don't overstress yourself, whatever it's about. So whatever's going on, you're more likely to be able to have access to things, or to be doing things which make you to feel more centered in yourself, more in your power, kind of quite pleased with yourself, really, and more enjoyable type activities. And that's a time for you to get active, actually, with anything that makes you feel good. Any leisure pursuit or hobby or whatever it is that makes you feel good. It could even be work, but you really do get a sense of reward from it and satisfaction from it. And then from the 14th, Mars moves, and that shows that you could be very much the assistant, the provider of assistance for somebody else. You're helping somebody else out, or you're just working quite hard, and it could be both. With Mars in the area related to employment, daily chores, the to-do list, but also health, diet, exercise, and the like. You could be quite busy, but again, there can be some conflict here. Maybe somebody leading you in the wrong direction, or giving you the wrong advice, or maybe a colleague being, causing conflict, or something like that. So just watch your step. Don't overstretch yourself. Don't endanger yourself because of the demands of daily tasks, and somebody that you're working with, or somebody who's advising you. Somebody who's helping you. So Mars does tend to stir things up wherever he goes. So you could be striving to get things evened out, striving to get things organized as you want them to be. And you could be also more conscious of the health side of things. It could be for yourself or somebody else, and therapies and healthy practices. Now Jupiter begins a new cycle, or began a new cycle on June the 26th. So Jupiter is going to be in your area of health and work for the next 12 months, opening new doors for you there in those areas. And there's going to be no shortage of opportunities when Jupiter comes close by degree to your Sun, or to a planet in your natal chart, for you to grow in the employment sector, but also to do with health matters as well. Grow through your connecting with colleagues, learning through doing, very much learning through hands-on effort of a practical nature. And the indications are that you will get the chance to experience learning new skills, new techniques, new methods, working with new bits of kit, and so on. Employers or colleagues will tend to be more appreciative of what your contribution is, of how much effort you're putting in, and also of your abilities. But also, if you are training or if you're applying for work, then also Jupiter here will really stand you in good stead. It's good news for you. Aquarians born between the 20th and the 29th of January, or with up to 9 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. And then Saturn is in this long transit of Scorpio at the top of your solar chart, so more pressure there to succeed and do well, and to be upgraded, and to be perhaps work harder to get recommendations and also promotions, but also with Saturn here, it's the harvest. So if you have worked hard previously, perhaps in the last about 7 years, then Saturn will start to, pay you back for that. But maybe if you haven't, then there might be another kind of harvest, but I'm sure you have. Because, even if you think you haven't done well, you probably did better than you thought. So this is the time of the harvest, and you will reap what you have sown in past years, and that's for good or ill. And that's not just with the career or with your work, but that's probably across the board in your life. And if you're old enough, look back about 28, 29 years to get the gist of what is unfolding now. I mean, that's if you're old enough, of course, because if you were only about 2 years old, then that's not going to be much good. But actually, it can be, because if you can find out from parents what was going on around you generally, that can also give you some insight. But if you are a bit older, then it can be quite an eye-opener to see what was going on 28, 29 years ago, and what happened next, and what were the choices that were made at the time. And you Aquarians born 24th to 26th of January, or with 4 to 6 degrees rising, are going to feel this energy the most this month. And actually that's it for July. If you want to know what Uranus, Neptune and Pluto are doing, I update that every month. So just go to my website and you can see how which part of your sign they may be affecting at the moment. Also, if you know your moon sign or your rising sign, listen to the forecast for those. That'll give you a different sort of angle on what I've said here. And I will see you the next time.